All right, everybody. Thank you very much for taking the time out this Thursday afternoon in Coverings 2023. We appreciate it. My name is Dustin Prevett. I'm the Senior Product Manager at LATICRETE for shower systems, waterproofing, and floor heat. With me today, I have Jill Vignoles from our technical services team and Danny Perez from our technical sales team. We're going to walk you through our new bonding flange drain and tile and drain offerings, right? Waterproofing has always been a pillar category for LATICRETE. It was a natural adjacency to switch over to shower systems. We launched shower systems many years ago. We're continuing to innovate the line to make it more user-friendly for if you're a distributor or installers, and for you installers, for you guys when you're on the job site. So I'm going to take you through a kind of a walk back through time so you understand how we got to where we are with what we had previously. So as a product manager at LATICRETE, it is our duty to get out on site and truly understand the techniques and the pain points of our installers. Without doing that, we're not going to be able to innovate to give them the solutions they need to be successful on the job site. So through a number of different field trials and different job site visits, we identified some of the, let's call it the deficiencies of our current system. So I will start with our bonding flange drains, and I will go right to the side-by-sides. So when you think about our current bonding flange drain with our 4x4 grates, when you looked at it from a profile standpoint, they sat rather high. So has anybody ever used one of our bonding flanges previously? Has anybody had an experience with them? Would you say I'm accurate so far? And they sit high and they're very uncomfortable to use with some of the thinner mosaic tiles? Right. So it was through visits with a gentleman like Jason over here that we truly understood that we needed to sit lower in the adjusting ring. So that's where really the magic was. We took said adjusting ring and modified it. You can see it on the slides right there, where there are channeled grooves that fit the screws on the bottom of our adjusting ring and also accept it to sit lower. Those channels that you guys can see here are also staggered, so they help with the sloping process. So when you finalize the tile right to it, it kind of aids in the process. It's a little incremental feature that makes it a little more user-friendly. So we felt that that was a small incremental value that would enhance the usability of our bonding flange drains with our 4x4 tile, with our 4x4 grate. When it came to the tile-in, I don't know who's over here, if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but our old tile-in drain was hot garbage. If you look at it, it pretty much looks like a salsa tray. You guys can serve it at a party. You throw your dip in there, you can put your chips around it. It was big, it was bulky. It really was not user-friendly, right? At the end of the day, nobody wanted to use it because of the fact that you had to do so much other work to get it to be usable. So again, small incremental changes. Taking that adjusting ring, swapping it out for something that was low profile, in that you have 4 silicone feet that are going to absorb shock and also hold the final finishing plate to where, and they will show you this shortly after I'm done with these side-by-sides, to where you can truly be at the profile of the tile. So this final plate will accept the final tile with our thin set, simple back butter of the plate, back butter of the tile, place it down, and you're good to go. Another small piece of innovation that we included is a mortar protection cap, in that while you are installing, you're basically going from the walls in, you're able to put this on top of the finished plate so you can stop the waste outlet from getting gunked up. It'll also have guidelines around the side that'll act as height markers for each of the four quadrants that you're going to be working around. So basically at the end, you take the installation cap off, back butter the final tile, place it in, and you're good to go. The last and most important thing is it also acts as a spacer, which is going to give you that channel around the side for proper drainage, so we can meet the flow rates that we're supposed to, basically 7 gallons per minute. So again, small incremental changes that are going to make these more user-friendly with a wider variety of tiles. For the distributor, it means more sales through the LATICRETE system because it all ties into a system-based warranty. And for the installer, it's a less painstaking process, allowing you to work with a wider variety of tiles. So with that, I am going to pass it along to these two gentlemen, both Danny and Jill, and they're going to walk you through a mock installation. Now, before they get started, or while they get started, just know that we took some liberties because we want to be able to reuse this demo rig. The HydroBand board that we have placed against the floor is acting as the substrate, which our shower pan, which these work in accordance with, and I'll get into that in a minute, would be thin-setted straight down to the substrate, whether it's wood, concrete, so on and so forth. Also, the sheet membrane. In the interest of time, I don't think you guys want to watch these two guys thin set sheet membrane to a shower pan. That thin set the thin set will be applied to the pan, and the sheet membrane will be put on top. The pan is applied, the sheet membrane is applied directly to the pan, thus waterproofing the installation. What Jill is doing now is going through, cutting out the hole in the sheet membrane to accept the adjusting ring, which is this portion of the drain, right? The adjusting ring sits over the top and is then thin setted down. As you can see, he has the installation cap on, thus protecting the waste outlet. Now, just know that these bonding flanges not only work with our preformed shower pans, they also can be used in a proper mud bed installation. So it's not just segmented to only be using it with preform. It works with a wide variety of the LATICRETE, what's called the LATICRETE universe, whether it's our thin sets, our mortars, our pans, our sheet membrane, and also our HydroBand liquid applied membrane. Liquid applied can be placed over the top as well. For the simplicity of this demo, we decided to go with the preform pan, and that's what you can see Jill installing as we speak. So for the sake of the demo, we're going to just go around the perimeter just so you can see how low this will sit in accordance with the middle piece that Jill's going to be installing at the end. So Danny is simply just going to back butter that final stainless steel piece, which if you want, and it's not recommended, you can apply HydroBand liquid applied membrane to it directly. Again, that's just an extra safety valve. It's not needed. You can apply thin set directly to that piece, and that's going to allow it to be waterproofed. So as they go through the installation, anybody have any questions thus far on what they're seeing? Pretty simple, pretty easily understandable. Go ahead.
What thin set do you have to use to mount that down?
Any one of our thin sets can be used to mount it down. It works with everything from 252 all the way up to 257, Multimax Light, Tri-Light, all of our different thin sets work in accordance with that plate. So as you can see from the camera angle, if you look at all of that material, like I know we're doing it a little bit quick, but all the material that can get gumped up on the side could essentially go right down into the waste outlet. You no longer would have to chip that out, break that out. It would not get stuck and compromise the installation. And as you can see, it fits nicely around the sides, which is going to give that good perimeter for the drainage as Jill pulls that final piece out to put the final tile in. So it's almost seamless. When you look at the invisibility of it, you have nice flow, you have nice room on the side. It's going to allow for that proper drainage and that proper flow rate. Nice job, buddy. Appreciate it. So now that you saw it, any further questions, thoughts, comments, anything?
So you had to put that over the pan?
Put what over the pan?
PVC pan, or is that just your own product?
Which?
It eliminates the PVC pan?
You're talking about?
The liner, membrane.
The membrane acts as a waterproofing. You could either use liquid applied for the sake of this, because our pan, we use the sheet membranes with it. You could use liquid applied. It's just the method of waterproofing that we're using on this installation. All right, well, thank you very much, guys. If you want to come up and look at them specifically, do the side-by-side, old versus new, feel free. But again, thank you for taking the time out. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday afternoon. Appreciate it.